Yeah, we got the 11 p.m. in the United States version, 12 o'clock p.m. in Malaysia, and we have Lyia Meta. Is it Meta?
Meta.
Meta. We have Lyia Meta with us live from Malaysia, guys, on the Moral Compass. Woo, 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 woo. Hey, man, she's an awesome singer. We're glad to have her with us tonight. The name of this show is The Voice. Big, bold, and beautiful. Lyia Meta. Lyia Meta, live from Malaysia. I'm gonna get it right, Lee. I'm gonna get it right. So, hey, guys, check out this this little promo video. And then, hey, we're going to get back with Lyia Meta. We got her here live tonight. Let me slide on down here. Where's it at? Don't want to play around with. Bam. Here it is. And here it wasn't. That was the wrong one. That was from yesterday. Let me play yours. Hey, I thought, yeah. That's right. You're in the right place at the right time. We have the talented Lyia Meta all the way from Malaysia. Hey! Lyia, how's the weather over there in Malaysia right now?
Right. This time it's sunny and it's really warm. So it's good weather.
You having good weather out there today?
We're having good weather here, yeah.
Well, wonderful, wonderful.
We are living in the tropics. We're living in the tropics, so most of the time it's sunny. Although we had a few days of rain a few weeks back, but having good weather now.
Good weather now. Well, I tell you what, out here in South Carolina, United States, it's cold. We've been having cold. Yes, it's been cold out here. No joke.
Okay.
Yeah, I usually try to be cool and be Iron Man and go outside, with shorts and stuff on in the wintertime. But I better put my long pants on. But yeah, it's cold out here. So bottle up some of that sunshine in Malaysia, and how about send it over to me in the United States?
Sure, why not?
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. Y'all, I'm gonna tell you a little bit about our guest tonight, the talented Lyia Meta, the voice, big, bold, and beautiful. She's a Grammy considered artist. Lyia Meta is a multi-award winning singer, songwriter, and visual artist with a penchant for speaking through song and turn of phrase, where freedom is found through voice that's big, bold, and beautiful. This Malaysian born spent her childhood in a small town in the state of Malacca. Did I say it right?
Yes, correct.
Hey, all right. Where her
Right.
music and her art were the mainstay of her everyday life. Her debut EP, This Is Liya, which garnered 6 nominations from Voice Independent Music Awards VIMA in May of 2016, saw her win the award for Best Overall Female Act. The debut offering, which is described as raw, organic, and bold, is a reflection of her roots in rock, blues, and pop. That same year, Lyia Meta was nominated top 5 for, I can't say this one, Leah, uh, Inaugura
Anugrah is an award.
Anugrah Industry Award, AIM, for Best New Artist, selected from more than, listen to this, 700 entries and touted as Malaysia's very own Grammy. The nomination gained her recognition on a national level. April 27th, 2017, rather, saw Lyia Meta win the Gold Medal Award for Best Rock Ballad for her song Slumber from Global Music Awards in Colombia. This was soon followed by her garnering another nomination and subsequently winning the title and award from Radio Wigwam UK for Best Female Artist for the Radio Wigwam Online Radio Awards 2017. In May of 2018, Lyia received 3 nominations for the Josie Music Awards in Tennessee and subsequently won the World Music Artist of the Year 2018 at the Celebrity Theater in Dollywood, Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, USA. On September 8th, 2018, it remains the largest independent artist award show globally. Now, her 2019, she just blew up. She blew up in 2019. 2019, Lyia is currently nominated in 16 different categories in various music award platforms in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, New York, Tennessee, Atlanta, Georgia, and San Francisco, USA. The awards will be held in the last quarter of the year 2019. September 21st, 2019, saw Lyia Meta win Artist of the Year, multi-genre, at the largest independent music awards, the Josie Music Awards in Dollywood, Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, USA. She was nominated in 4 categories and was one of 23,000 hopeful entries for the year. Her releases, Slumber Remix, was considered by the Craft Committee for the first ballot in consideration by the Recording Academy, the 62nd Grammy Awards. We Are Lords was considered for the 63rd Grammy First Ballot. Whew. Lyia
That's
Meta.
a long list.
No, it's not long. You've been doing your thing. You've been doing
Yeah.
your thing. Yeah, you've been doing your thing now. One out of 23,000. That's big.
Yes, the
That's,
Josie Music Awards is considered one of the largest actually independent music awards out there. Yeah,
well,
crazy, crazy.
I've been listening to your music, and I tell you what, people need to hear your music. They're gonna hear it tonight because you have really good music. Lyia, my first question for you is, who were your early musical influences?
Well, I grew up on a staple of rock, blues, and pop. So we listened to everything from Black Sabbath to Deep Purple, Jimi Hendrix, B.B. King. Of course, we had reggae too. We had pop. My mom loved Elvis, and so we had a lot of music playing on our 4-track cartridge player at home. Um, Music for us was a way to get away from reality because I was brought up in a small town in the south of the peninsula of Malaysia. It's a predominant. I'm a Portuguese descendant from a small community in Malacca. So we are kind of Creole because over the years, because the Portuguese were here in 1511 and they intermarried with the locals, which is that's how we came about. So we are Creole. So our language hasn't evolved much beyond that century. If I were to go to Portugal and speak a couple of words in our Cristang language, they probably won't be able to understand us unless we just speak the basic words like, you know, house, casa, and then they will know it's casa. But if you were to carry on a conversation, they won't be able to pick up. So what happened was we were born. I was born in a small community, and we weren't very well off. We were very, probably considered just getting by actually. And music was very important to us. So it was a getaway from all the realities of what was happening. And my dad was also a singer in a band back then. So music was always at home. Had music there.
Okay, all right. And so you Creole. See, I can hear a little bit of that Louisiana in your music. They're
So
gonna
when
hear
I
it
say,
too.
oh yeah, but that's because I don't know the writers for this. The songs that you selected, the writers actually one of them is from South Carolina. That's Mike Jones. Yeah,
Hey,
uh, Mike Jones and Jerry Jake Howard are these two amazing songwriters who are keeping the music country the way it was. Not that there's anything wrong with country today. It's just that when you listen to something and you say, "Well, this is how it was," or "This is how I used to listen to music before the greats." So that's what Mike Jones and Jerry Jake Howard try to keep alive. And I love the way they write their music because it isn't so mainstream, it isn't so popular right now, but there's a market for it. People like to listen to that kind of music. And on their team is Gary Farmer, and they produce these tracks, and Mike really likes the way I deliver the songs. So the, that's the outcome, yeah.
yeah, you got the bomb delivery, and I'm gonna tell you, I that's one of my questions. We're gonna get there shortly, but one of my questions is, it's like you captured lightning in a bottle because
Oh,
when I do hear you sing it, I'm like, what? I'm like, she from Malaysia, right? I'm like, I had to stop. I said, you know, because they say if you play country music backwards, they say your dog will come back, your wife will come back. Um, they say you'll be able to pay your house, you pay the title on your house because they always say country music is so sad. But I listened to you and I was like, she captured it. It's like you caught lightning in a bottle, and I do hear that old country twang in the music, and yeah, and it's awesome. It is awesome because I'm gonna tell you, if I had to just if someone said, who's singing that song, I'd be like, man, it's Loretta Lynn. I'd be like, no, that's got to be a old Patsy Cline or something, because your voice, you have this, your voice is you have this presence in your voice, and I'll let the people hear it. I'll stop ranting and raving. Um, but yeah, you did capture lightning in a bottle. Um, so let me ask you, Leah, at what age did you know you wanted to be a singer?
well, like I said, music was always we were always into music when we were young. I, to be very honest, because it was something so natural, it wasn't something that I wanted to do. It was like something we were just doing. It was everybody was doing it, so let's just do. But when it came to the thought of what I wanted to do, it was never about singing for me. I wanted to have a normal life, so to speak. I wanted to have a job 9 to 5. I wanted to have a picket fence, a white picket fence with a beautiful house. But I suppose God had the other plans for me, and no matter how far I went and did other stuff, I did interior designing. I worked in the office as a secretary for a short while. But no matter how far I went, music seemed to call to me, and I would, at any chance, I would just perform. And I met my husband, and we took it off. He's also in the music industry, and I never left the stage from there. So it was one of those things that I would really say that God had a plan for me, and you don't mess with God.
That's right. Hey,
Yeah,
and
you imagine.
you're nobody's secretary. I'm telling you, you definitely not with a voice like that. You're nobody's secretary. No, definitely not. No. Um, you do all three things extremely well. You know, being a visual artist and a singer, songwriter, as well as making jewelry. You know, do you have any other superpowers?
Well, since you brought it up, during the pandemic, we were forced to adjust to the changes, and it was so sudden. So I went into my cooking, which I've got a cooking business that runs on the side. So yeah, I've always wanted to have a restaurant of my own. Um, it's a lot of work, but yeah, I've been doing that for 9 months, and I've been juggling that, my art and my music. I'm still releasing new music. So, and the last track which I released for the in preparation for the Recording Academy's ballot was something I wrote. The country songs I don't write because
Yeah,
that's an art. You can't mess with that art. Yeah.
but you
So I leave
sing,
that to people who know what they're doing.
but you sing, and I mean, for you, did you write for you?
Yes, I wrote for you. Yes.
For you, it's like when I listen to you sing for you, and then I go back and listen to you sing, the country song, um,
Yeah.
yeah, and I'm like, and the bluesman, I'm like, this can't be the same person. You know, I said, this can't, but it's crazy. But I guess I would say that you are musically ambidextrous. You know, they used to always say ambidextrous when we were growing up. They say, yeah, I can do it with my left hand and my right hand. So you're
Yes. Yes.
ambidextrous. You can do it all. And so I'm gonna go ahead now and I'm gonna play for you. I'm gonna play the for
Okay.
you clip so they
Yeah.
can get a little taste of Lyia Meta, and she's singing for you guys. She's not singing for you. She's singing for you, but the song's name is For You. Yeah, it's like who's on first, right? 1 second.
For you, I had given my whole world, patiently waiting for you to feel the same. Oh, but you never gave me the time of day. Always thinking that I'll be there for you, waiting both night and day. You should have treated me better, given me more than just your name. Oh, you should have treated me better, 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 better. But I was just another game. Oh, so you had better walk out that door. There'll be no more crying. I won't be crying no more. I have no use for your kind of a man.
Now that's that old Motown, that Fire and Desire, Rick James, Tina Marie. Now that's that's that serious music for you. That's an awesome song. Is there a story behind that song?
Well, yes, there's a story behind that song. At the time, we were there was a very close friend of ours who was going through a very bad divorce, and I was her confidant, and I felt compelled to write it because there were a lot of course, there's a lot of women out there who's going through this kind of issues, and I thought, okay, why not write about it? Because I felt I could empathize with her because over the years I've met a few people who have gone through the same thing, and I understood what it's like because my mom and my dad too had. My dad was he was a hippie. Even when he wasn't the hippie era, he wanted to be young and he wanted to live his life the way he thought he was. But he didn't realize he had 3 kids and he had a wife, and so yeah. But they stuck it out to the end. They stuck it out to
Right.
the end. But I know what my mom went through as a kid. We wouldn't know, but as we grew up, we realized how the hell did she do that? How did she stick through it? And yeah, that's how it was. So I wrote the song.
That's an awesome story. That's an awesome story. And, and um and so what would you say to someone in a relationship that is putting in way more than the other person? Because and for you, we see that the lady's blue, and she does everything for a man that does not reciprocate her love. She finally tells him walk out the door, and so what advice would you give someone that's putting in way more than the other person?
Same advice I've given to a lot of people who have, I don't know why, but people feel they need to ask me. I personally feel that you should work at it as much as possible because I believe if you've invested so many years into a marriage, why not invest a little bit more and see if it can work? But at the same time, if you put yourself out there so much to the point where you don't even recognize yourself anymore, you're not happy, and then you have to leave. You have to find a way to leave because I'm not into encouraging people to divorce, but
Right.
you can't live a life for someone and be happy. So you have to leave if it's not making you happy. It's wrong, I know, but it's right. God says
Right.
don't, but
Right.
you can't.
Right. Okay. All right. All right. Okay. One of the quotes on your page is a Turkish proverb. It says the forest was shrinking, but the trees kept voting for the axe.
Mhm.
For the axe was clever and
Yeah.
convinced the trees that because his handle was wood, he was one
Mm,
of them.
mm.
How do you see that proverb in your own words?
Well, when I posted that, everybody is in their own countries. We're all going through our own personal turmoils with our, so on a personal front, I felt that politically that there was some things that needed to be said, but I don't. Not usually very vocal about it, but that meant is what you take from it. It depends on where you stand with the current situation with your government right now, my government. So where you stood at it, a lot of issues that need to be sorted out, and people are siding for parties or individuals, politicians who are not doing much for the people or not doing enough for the people. And that was the reason why I put it up. It was to do with the political situation we were currently in, and whatever you took from it, then it was your call. What was, what I'm saying? I can't really get into it because
I know.
it's very sensitive.
And
It's
don't
very
do it.
sensitive.
I don't want you to do it.
Yeah, it's very sensitive. So it's entirely up to you what you take from it. At the end of the day, let's just put it that way, that the people are the ones who suffer while the rest up there are doing all whatever they think everybody is trying to remain in power and all that kind of stuff. So, and because of the pandemic, we have noticed it even more because we're all sitting at home and we're watching everybody's lives go into turmoil, and these people out there are doing what they think is going to keep them in power. So that is the reason why I put it up there. So you have to decide what that quote means to you.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for the spin on that. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. I don't want you to say anything you don't want to say. Definitely not.
Yeah.
Lyia, how was it to hear yourself on the radio for the first time?
Oh, I remember it was so exciting. I think I was jumping up and down all over the living room. We even made a recording of it so that we could share it with friends. It was a surreal experience because to begin with, you don't think people would actually take to your music. Just because it's special to you doesn't make it special to everybody else. And then when it's played on the radio, you tell yourself, they really liked it, and then you feel encouraged to write more, to do more music. Yeah, that was my first time. It was played on the Women of Substance radio in California, and I was so excited. Yeah, but the radio stations overall, the independent radio stations like you and many others have been very supportive of my music, and I'm really very blessed and thankful that I have come across many who have thought that my music was good enough to be on their stations, on their shows. It's a very good feeling.
Listen, your music is good. That
Okay.
absolutely. And we're gonna let you switch hats right now because we're gonna say you need to think again. This is Lyia Meta, guys, and you're gonna hear her in a different light. You need to think again. Get ready for it. Where's it at? Here it is.
Well, you think if you walk away, baby, I beg you to stay. If you think we can be friends, you need to think again. Well, you think I'll just sit and cry when you say goodbye. If you think my life will end, you need to think again. If you think I'll be walking the floor after you walk out that door, if you think you'll break my heart and my world will fall apart, or if you think I'll be here alone, waiting by the telephone, if you think I'll just be content, you need to think again. Well, I loved you from the start, but you've got a cheating heart. Now if you think for your love I'll bend, you need to think again. Well, I think that one fine day, oh, you pay for your cheating ways. I think on that you can depend. No need to think again. If you think I'll be walking the floor after you walk out that door, if you think you'll break my heart and my world will fall apart, or if you think I'll be here alone waiting for you to come home, if you think on you I depend, you need to think again. You need to think again.
Now, I know I grew up watching Hee Haw on Saturdays. I don't know if you ever heard of Hee Haw before. You ever heard of Hee
We've
Haw?
heard of it. I've heard of it.
Okay, so that's the only thing that used to come on TV on Saturday afternoon. It was like Hee Haw. I think Lawrence Welk, because Soul Train comes on in the morning. So, that nighttime, Hee Haw and Lawrence Welk playing classical music. But now, how did you capture the total essence of country music the way you have in your music?
I think it's because I really love the genre also. And like I say, we were brought up listening to a variety of stuff. And my mom loves country. She can't live without her country. She used to listen to Loretta Lynn, like I say, Elvis, and a lot. I can't remember right now. But she used to keep playing all the music nonstop. Dolly Parton, so much. And we were influenced by that too. And I love the genre. I think there's a lot of story, behind the lyrics. It's very, very. You don't find that nowadays. You have just like a couple of lyrics, and you keep repeating it through the songs, through the entire song, and it sells. It sells. It's good. But with country music, there's a lot of soul and there's a lot of heart there. The lyrics tell a story. So yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. I enjoy the fact that. Every time Mike Jones and Jerry Jake Howard comes up with a song and they shoot it to me and they say, would you like to do this song? I like that, we go through it and we say, okay, this fits me or it doesn't fit me. And then, so yes, it's good.
It's awesome.
By the way, that video, I made that video. So there's a lot of shots in that video that was taken when I was in Memphis, Tennessee, and Nashville and Pigeon Forge. Nashville, not so much because it wasn't so country, but the scenic, it wasn't so. But there was a lot of Memphis there, which I really took out those videos when I was there. Nice.
So, did you feel like when you got into Memphis, did you feel like you could really tap into your country roots?
Oh yeah, of course. It's Memphis. I would like to get back to Memphis. I would love to go and sit in Beale Street. For a few days and really soak it up. 2 days wasn't enough for us. We went there and the music, the vibe, the people, it was so alive. Nashville was just as alive, but there was something about Beale Street that, the musicians there were crazy. They were so good. I look at them and told myself, what was I sitting there for?
Oh.
Just this one guy, Sean Apple, he played the guitar, he played the bass, and he was playing the harmonica, and he was singing. He was a one-man show, and he was so good. And it's just that you can sit there for hours and get into it, and you wouldn't you wouldn't get stale. You wouldn't get you just
Right.
like everything is
just absorbing.
Yes, I love Memphis.
Just absorbing it all.
I would absorb it all, and I went to Nashville, and I felt the same too. The music was going on round the clock. Music started at 3 p.m. and it just kept going and it kept going. You walk into any pub and any bar and there'll be music on and people be dancing and people be having fun. And from what I heard, the bands that perform in this club would pack up their gear and they'll go on to another pub further down the street, and they'll perform there, and they'll switch. So music was always there. And I felt Malaysia was like that many years ago. Recently, things have taken a nosedive because of the pandemic, but prior to that too, it kind of slowed down. But it was like that in Malaysia, where there were always bars open till late, and musicians would go from one pub to another pub watching fellow musicians perform, and there was this camaraderie among musicians. These days it's less because the pool has gotten smaller, and everybody's so worried that, I won't get a gig here and I won't get a gig there. So it's not the same. Before, these things were slightly different. Yeah. I really would like to go back to Memphis and Nashville. We plan to do that. Yeah.
Yeah, you need to go to Memphis. Yeah, definitely. Absolutely. You got Memphis in Malaysia. You do.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah, you got it in Malaysia. You captured it in the song. You Need to Think Again, for me,
Yeah.
was reminiscent of the greats, Loretta Lynn, June Carter Cash, and Patsy Cline, telling a
Yeah.
story. When you were singing, You Need to Think Again, or when you sing, You Need to Think Again, can you feel the sadness of the woman you're talking about?
Yes. Yes. All the songs that I have performed, that I've done for Mike and Jerry, I did them because I felt something for the song. The lyrics, they spoke to me. That's the reason why I do them. Otherwise, I won't do them. I've told Mike certain songs I just can't do it. I don't have the feel for that.
Okay. And so, and you need to think again also. We have a woman talking to her cheating man and assuring him that she will not be home alone waiting for him. She will not be pacing the floor, and he needs to be sure if he walks out the door. There are no do-overs.
No
There's
do-overs.
a lot of pain in this song, but also a promise that she will be moving on. So in your travels, have you ever met the woman and You Need to Think Again?
In my what?
In your travels or in your experience, have you ever met this woman and You Need to Think Again?
I think, yes, of course. I think my mom would come closest to that. My mom, yeah. Okay, I've seen. I mean, it's not something we talk about, but it's true. But my dad was away a lot, not because of anything other than, um, you know, I draw from my experiences growing up, you know, meeting people or hearing stories about this auntie or that person who has gone through a difficult time. But like for more closer to home, my mom had quite a difficult time because my dad was never home. He was always with his friends. He'll go to work and he was absent, but he was a very talented guy. He was a very talented artist, and he sang very well. But as a father and as a husband, he was absent a lot. So I think I drew from that. You need to think again. Yeah, because I've heard many times my mom tell her, "You have a kid, you have children at home. Where are you going?" "Oh, he's going out because he's got friends waiting for him." So when I grew up and I had when I had a kid of my own, I told myself, how did she do it? How did she do it? I have a family that's, I mean, we are all together, but we have issues that we have to sort out over years. Everybody has that in a marriage, but how did she do it single-handedly with an absent husband, with 3 kids? And we didn't feel like we were wanting. We didn't feel like we were shortchanged or anything. We just knew that he wasn't around, and my mom was always sad. My memories of my mom was she was always sad. She was always sitting down and it's like she just couldn't she couldn't cope with it, I think. But she had to be strong because of us. So yeah, I think I grew from that.
Okay. Thank you very much. Um, how did growing up in Malaysia influence your music?
How they grow up in Malaysia?
How did growing up in Malaysia influence your music?
Okay. Okay, Malaysia. How did it? Malaysia is a very beautiful place. The people here are super friendly. Anybody who visits Malaysia, who comes through Malaysia, some of them don't leave. They want to stay in Malaysia because Malaysia is a multicultural thing. We are a Muslim country, but we have the Chinese, the Indians, the Ibanis, and we have me, the Muslims, of course, the Malays, the Malays, and we have people like me who are the mixed race, Eurasians and all that. There's a lot of music. We are always listening to music. Music is very important in Malaysia. We are all the Malays especially love their music. They are. Let's just say that I grew up listening to not just foreign music, which means popular music was whatever played on the radio. I grew up with the local music too. So I can sing Chinese. I can sing. We listen to Indian music. We listen to. We Eurasians have our own music. Portuguese Eurasians have our own music. So music to us is not something foreign. It's like everybody loves music in Malaysia. It's always there. It's not something like. So do you listen to music? Like what? That's not a question. Of course we listen to music. Music is everywhere. So yeah, we listen to music. How did it influence me? It didn't influence me. Like I said, it was part of my life. Going into performing, I think it came naturally because my dad was a performer. But yeah, it's quite a difficult question actually because it comes so naturally. When you ask me a question like that, I have no answer for it. He's like, how do you eat hamburgers? So how did eating hamburgers influence you? You're just there, Okay.
You did well, though. You did well. That was a very, very good answer. Very, very studious answer. Very studious.
Was it? Okay.
So we're gonna play another clip. The Blues Man. You switch hats again. You go from R&B, Fire and Desire. Then you go to country music, Stand by Your Man. Now we're going to hear you with the Bluesman. We're going to hear that Creole come out now. So get ready. Lyia Meta, and she's going to sing the Bluesman.
Played the blues all over town. Jakey was a blues man. Played the blues all over town. Yeah, everybody loved that blues man. Folks came from miles around. When Jake would play the blues, yeah, that guitar would cry and moan. Oh, when old Jake played the blues, yeah, that guitar would cry and moan. Sometimes it'll make you smile, and then it cut you to the bone. blues, yeah. All the people stop and stare. When Jake plays the blues, the people just stop and stare. That sound will take them away to a world of misery and despair. Well, Jake, that old blues man ain't got no fancy guitar. Yeah, Jake, he plays the blues on an old run-down guitar. He plays for dimes and nickels. He wanders from bar to bar. Well, Jake, that old blues man plays the blues all over town. That old blues man plays the blues all over town. Everybody love that blues man. Folks love to hear that sound.
The blues man, Lyia Meta. That harmonica, was just like it was so awesome in that song, and you know, but the deep bluesy sound, and I'm just, it's like if you were a quarterback playing football, you can make all the throws on the field because I mean you're singing R&B. I mean, guys, she sings rock too, but we don't have time to do the rock song, but she does rock music too. I think she can probably do polka. But you know, it's just amazing to me that in one I picked out 3 tracks and you sang all 3 genres and you basically master them. Now, Jake the Blues Man, for me, with the crying guitar, puts you on an emotional roller coaster. Jake's guitar is run down. He plays for dimes and nickels and wanders from bar to bar. Is Jake a metaphor for the sad side of making it in the music industry?
Yes, definitely. Jack is everybody, all those musicians out there who's trying to make it. And I feel it, of course, because I'm there too. I mean, it's all subjective. Like, what's making it? Is it a sense of accomplishment, like I say, or is it money and things? But everybody wants to be heard, right? They want music to be heard. But it's a beautiful song if you really get into it. If you listen to the lyrics, it's a very beautiful song. That's why I picked it, because I could feel for Jake, the old bluesman. Yeah.
Old blues man. That's right. I could feel for Jake. The people love him. They come from miles around to hear him, but he never gets discovered. You know, he's playing for nickels and dimes. But you know, Lyia, the talent that you have, you know, I will tell you that your gift is gonna make room for you and bring you before other good other great men, because you have a gift. And definitely never stop singing, because you're gonna get discovered. It's gonna happen for you. I'm guaranteeing you, it's gonna happen for you. And when it happens, I'm gonna say, I know her. I know her. She was on my show. And people gonna tell me, man, you don't know no Lyia Meta, man. You ain't never met that lady before. You never talked that. I'm gonna say, I know her, man. She was on my show live
It was
from
all-
Malaysia. And they're gonna say, you don't know that lady. I say, stop lying. You don't know that lady. That's what they're gonna tell me. That's what they're gonna tell me. But definitely, the music is just awesome.
Thank you.
And so, what is the difference between the Lyia Meta that sings for you and the Lyia Meta that sings "You Need to Think Again" and the Lyia Meta that sings "The Blues Man"? What's the difference? Are they three different people?
No, they're all one in the same. I know people find it very hard, quite contradicting, isn't it? People find it hard to to absorb that. But that's me. I I don't know how to explain it actually. It just comes naturally. It's just who I am. Like if you've heard "We Are Lords," my latest track, which is actually metal, operatic metal. Um, it's it, it, everything about it is just me. There's a lot about me that people don't know. There's so many facets that people don't know. I've not shown it to the world. The only way I can show it is through my music. So maybe this is how I introduce bits of me through the music. Yeah, but there's a lot of me that people don't know about, and I've been very reluctant. Actually, I'm a very reluctant performer. I love to perform and I love to sing, but I don't like to put myself out there. I never like to do that. It's only over the recent years, the last 3 years, that I've made an effort to put a lot of myself out there and even post things about me. But the real Lyia Meta, there's so much more that I know I have, but I'm not letting it out all in one go, just a little bit at a time. Yeah, because people find it hard to grasp it all. Yeah, to accept that. Yeah.
The
But
enigma.
multi-genre, yeah, multi-genre. I do a lot of genres, and I think a lot of it has to do because I'm a live performer. I performed over a few thousand shows. Actually, I've done a lot of shows, big, small, anything. I've put it all together. Uh, and you have to be good at what you do. If you go out there and you perform, you can't just go out say you want to do your stuff, only your stuff. In Malaysia, that's not how it works. If you are going to be a live performer, you got to do a lot of stuff. So like I say, not only different genres, you have to also be able to perform different languages. So it's not unusual to go into a place and then the performer performs 6 languages. It's not unusual because I myself perform 5 languages, 4 languages, you see, and I speak 3 languages. So you have to be able to do that, and maybe that's also part of how it all came about. But if you talk about Lyia Meta, there's a lot of for me that nobody knows about. I'm still letting it out bit by bit.
Mystery, huh? The enigma, Lyia Meta. All right, okay. There's enigma. That's all right. But I just you're multi-talented. I'm just gonna throw a couple pictures up here. I mean, you're artist. You can draw. You designed this guitar that I have over here. Crazy.
Yes, I do this guitar. This
Yeah.
guy says he only trusts me to paint his guitars because he has a guitar collection, but he says he only trusts me to handle his guitar because he knows I won't ruin it. So this guitar was commissioned here. He wanted an angel,
That
contemporary angel.
uh, this picture of Jesus. You did this picture. I'm gonna slide that over a little bit so the people can see it.
Yeah.
Awesome picture. Awesome picture. Let me see. Let me go. Here's some more of your artwork, and I'll
Yeah,
zoom on this.
that's me, my partner. Yeah, that's me and my partner. This is a performance for our performance. Yeah. In fact, everything behind here, behind where I'm sitting here, right here, everything on the wall is all my work.
It's your artwork. Uh,
Yeah.
there's a leaf that you design because you do metal work also. You do what is it?
Silver.
Silver
Silver.
jewelry. You make
Yeah.
rings.
Yeah. I make rings. I paint on glass. I paint on glass. I paint on wood. I do sculptures. I do portraits. Portraits seem to be easier to reach people because everybody wants to, it's easier for people to buy, actually, to purchase. So commission a portrait. It doesn't cost them an arm and a leg, so they get a portrait done. This is Dolly Parton,
Dolly
right? Yeah, Dolly Parton. This
Slide
was used
down.
as for a promo under the Bongo Boy Records label because they were releasing a compilation album for cover artists, tribute artists to Dolly Parton. So this was used for that.
I'm gonna slide this over so they can see this also.
Yeah, these are my glass arts, glass pieces. I
Glass
paint
art,
glass
yeah.
lanterns. I paint a lot of stuff, just like my music. I do a lot of things.
You are very talented, but
Thank you.
yeah, Lyia, I don't know how to thank you enough for coming on the show tonight. You're just multi-talented. We're gonna absolutely have you back. You got to
Thank
keep
you.
singing your music. You got to keep putting yourself out there. But I'm definitely through this medium. Believe me, a lot of people are gonna hear your music. And my last question for you tonight, on your journey so far, with your music, what would you say is your truth?
My truth. Can we put that again? What is my truth? What do you mean by what's my truth?
What
What
is
do you
your
mean by what's my truth?
what is basically what is the Lyia Meta philosophy? You know, what would you
My
tell
philosophy. Okay. You have to have passion, direction, perseverance, and hard work. There are no free rides in life. Uh, if you want shortcuts, there's never any shortcut. You got to pay your dues. I believe you got to pay your dues. So in my case, I'm a living proof that you got to work hard and you got to put things and you've got to not believe that it's going to be handed to you without hard work. Yeah, that's my truth. I've always been a person who believes that if you put 100% in, you'll see results. So I put more than 100% in. Everything I do, if it's not good enough, I won't put it out. I always tell myself, you got to do your best. If you fall short from your best a little bit, it's okay, but no less than that. So maybe I'm actually very hard on myself, and I'm my worst critic. But I tell myself, there's no other way to go. There's no other way to go. If you're going to do something, you just got to do it well. So but you must have the passion. Without the passion, it's not going to last. You won't make it. You'll fizzle out fast. Yeah. So I believe that. I hope that's what the question. I hope that answers your question.
You have been an awesome guest. You did answer my question. I just want to tell you, keep on keeping on, keep pushing, keep being strong. And I thank you for coming on the show tonight. Big shots out to Malaysia. And anytime, that's right. Anytime you have some music, new music, hey, you let me know so we can go ahead and let the people hear that music. Definitely.
Sure, I will do. Thank you so much, Cornell, for having me.
You're welcome there. You are welcome. And I'm gonna be checking you out and seeing, you know, I know you can do and you can do any genre. You might be doing rap music after a while.
No, not yet. No. But thank you for having me. I really appreciate the time and the fact that you took my music and listened to it. That is very important to me. And I really appreciate it.
I'm a fan. I'm a fan. And we want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight, for watching Lyia Meta live on from Malaysia on the Moral Compass. Until next time, We'll see you. Until next time, we'll see you.